In 3, 2, 1. Record.
Well, we definitely into juicy.
Woo!
Okay, buffet style.
My God, it got real in here.
It really did. You know, this is a safe space.
Okay.
For us and for everybody that's watching.
Okay.
All right, but we got to keep it real. And we say how we feel. Okay. But I think like that was a great segue into our second episode. Right. So I do want to ask an important question. So before we can actually shift, challenge, or dismantle the dominant narratives that negatively shape how we're seen in educational, professional, and societal spaces, we have to name them, right? So if we're thinking about naming these dominant narratives, what dominant narratives do you think currently exist or confine us to this day?
That we're too loud. We're angry. Yes. We're some people think that we're not intelligent because of our skin color as well. Calling us ghetto, that too. So that's like some of the things that come to mind for me.
Same.
Yeah.
Loud, rambunctious. I usually think of like, and I'm guilty of watching it. Goodness gracious.
Oh no, please don't say it.
The B word.
Baddies.
Oh my God.
I know it was coming.
But
why?
Also, don't listen.
I need a little ratchet TV in my life too.
You
sometimes.
I
do.
Judgment-free zone.
No, judgment-free for sure. I just can't. I don't know. It is just something about that is like I can't watch what they call us. Like it does something to me because once again it gives them another reason to put us back into those rooms and back into those spaces where I'm just like, we are so much bigger than that. And I know that on that platform, they always say they do a lot more movies and a lot more other things on there. But like for what I see and what you guys promote and what you guys put the brand and the marketing on is us looking ratchet.
Yes.
And I can't, because when I tell you it is a cringe, when to see, because I think what are the guys ones? What's that one? Brody's, or I don't know. I don't watch it.
I don't know.
Bad Boys.
Bad Boys. So like when I just seen that, like in order to make it on there, you have to fight somebody and get bloody and just have to fist fight somebody, and that's what's going to get you casted. Wild work. I can't watch another black man do that to somebody else and be happy doing it and get excitement out of it. Yeah, like it just does something to me.
So I'll tell you what it is.
Okay.
This is messed up, but it's the truth.
Okay.
To be honest.
Try to go off on a tangent.
No, we want you to.
Because that's about Tyler Perry movies. So we
never can't.
No, I can't.
I haven't seen anything past a family that prays. Tyler, how are you? I pray all is well.
Yes.
So I understand your thing. Okay, so the reason why I watch this guilty pleasure is because it makes me feel better about my life.
Okay.
Being ever so honest.
Lord.
In the head with a can of corn.
Oh my God.
So, it's fine, but I do understand, because there's been times when I've definitely watched this show and been like, look at this. Look at this. Look at this trauma bonding that we're having here.
Yes.
And it is trauma bonding because it reminds me of me growing up in North Philly.
I was about to say,
thank you.
It gets very much first day.
It gives me elementary school.
Remember the schools that they would send you to if they deemed you as bad?
CEP.
Oh, CEP.
Yeah, that's like imagine baddies being like a CEP. I never wanted to go.
That's really what it was.
You know, like I never wanted to go. But that's what I think of. But I do need a little bit of retro TV in my life. Just a little bit.
Is it to balance you out?
It's just sometimes I'm here for a good fight. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm here for the things that I can't do at work. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's something
a little bit.
See, I think it's a difference when I see something scrolling or somebody's taping something on their phone, than something to have a whole production team behind it. Yeah. I think that's the part that's getting me, is that like you guys hire people to make us look bad.
So do you think do you think that from those type of shows and settings, do you think that that's why like we're more police? So for people who may not know, I'm curious if you've experienced this. So with my experience at PWIs, it seems like when Black and brown creatives host events at the institution, there is police presence, a lot of a police presence, opposed to if it was our counterparts hosting an event,
like the school security,
anything, school security, neighborhood security, like they do that. Yes, like yes, they you saw it too at your institution.
Because I think they're under the assumption that something's going to happen,
yes,
or something's going to break out.
And it could be something positive. Yes, it could be something positive that we're doing. It could be something like impactful. Yes, they definitely like police it more because I think that they're believing the depiction of the shows that we're watching. Sorry, we're getting y'all ratings up. Okay. But I think that it's stories like that, it's dominant narratives like that that really make them believe that we need to be controlled. We need, and I think that in educational spaces, like it's sometimes it's disheartening, like because it's like, dang, I really want to host an event, but as I'm hosting, like I have all good intentions, but now on the flip side, I have to have this whole, I guess, like policy and stuff in place because I'm worrying about like the safety, and so it's just a lot that goes into it when you think about implementing or bringing your creativity to the forefront in predominantly white institutions, because it will be police.
I think a way to like beat that narrative though is we got to have diversity of product. I think that's the problem. It's a lot of like, because you got to remember, it started from like Bad Girls Club, which started to Love and Hip Hop. This is like a gradual thing, and they stopped having like, when the last time you seen a real black romance film? You haven't seen it, or it's not like, I don't care what nobody say. Love and Basketball is a toxic behind.
It's really toxic.
A very terrible movie.
I love the movie. It's so toxic.
Very terrible.
I know. It's so triggering, but I just can't. I just gotta watch it.
Like, it's not a diversity of black culture. Because black come in all different types of forms and ways and shades and lifestyles. Like, I only consider myself like 30% ghetto. You know what I mean?
Not the 400.
Only 30.
Not the 400.
Not the 400.
But I
There's
feel
a
like
good 70%.
Honestly, negativity is what sells.
Yeah, it does.
Yes.
So, like, it's kind of like, they're kind of pigeonholed, sadly.
We actually talked about that in the Zoom call as well, where it's just like, if it's not really toxic or if it's not really exciting, it's not gonna get that many views.
Right.
So it's like, you either have to do something that's just like really historic, that's going to like get millions of people to watch, or it has to be really ratchet in order for somebody to actually, I guess, be excited to watch.
But look at
You still have them.
You think we could trick them? You know how your mom would give you like apple juice?
Okay.
But you think that's the way we could do that? But this actually goes to our next question. Like, do you think because of like this show we're talking about, or because of like how we are so creative and innovative, do you think we save networks?
Yes.
Do you think they know what to put on the TV, what conversations to have like in higher education, what conversations to have in the workspace when they need us? Like, do you think we save these spaces?
Yeah, like Love and Hip Hop is saving MTV right now. What's nobody watching MTV until they put Love and Hip Hop on
because after the real world, that joint went down.
No, seriously.
Or other like spaces. Yeah, definitely.
Not even the producers. I feel like, because sometimes I feel like they purposely put this person in the room with this other person that they know don't like each other. The whole drama of it all. Some of it, even though it's technically unscripted, I feel like some of it is kind of, we pushing you in this direction.
Yes.
Argue.
And also with them stealing show ideas, because with Living Single coming first, and then Friends coming out later, it's just like, we gave y'all something that y'all could relate to. So that kind of helped that network with an idea. They're just like, oh, there's 6 friends in this area. We should put 6 friends in New York and let's have them in a coffee shop, get peace and stuff like that. The same stuff that
Brooklyn,
they
like
were doing. So it's like they can steal an idea and be like, oh, since they did Living Single, we can do Friends, because like, let's just put a whole different name on it, but the same idea and the same concept. So that is definitely a thing too. So I do think we do save it, and I think that we pre-save it too, because from what they take the ideas from us to create a space for them to have as well.
Right. So because it's Black History Month, I don't want to ignore that, right? It's Black History Month. And a lot of people don't know, like, close to Dr. Martin Luther King, in the life, but still living in spirit. He did an interview on the news, in 1967, for those who may not know. And in that interview, he said, "I fear that I may have integrated my people into a burning house." And I remember when it was time for my this is called the proposal defense. That's the first one, the proposal defense. And one of the amazing committee members posed an amazing question that we had to dissect. And she asked, if we expose our sauce, right, give the blueprint to what can save higher education, then what are we giving up? And so when we think about that, and we think about what Dr. Martin Luther King said, like, what do you think he meant by his statement when he said, I fear I may have integrated my people into a burning house? And how can we still be impactful, but make sure that when we are adding value, we're still demanding not to be overlooked?
I'm not going to start, but I think to be honest, that is so deep what he says that it's just like, that is a really big statement. And even though that's like one sentence, that speaks so many volumes. Of like what he wanted to accomplish, what he wanted to do, what he seen, what he created, the space for people to come together, because that's really all that he wanted. And for him to say that we're kind of going into like a burning house or burning building, I'm just like, I don't know where to even kind of take that a little bit. Because I'm like, is that what we wanted, or are we heading towards destruction?
Right.
Or was and I know this wasn't his plan all along, but at the same time, it's like, were we going in the right direction, or were we going in the wrong direction?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I think it's basically saying like we can't be saved, because it's like if the house, I'm just picturing a burning house, and if it's gone but so far, it's like, it's nothing you really can do. You have to let it burn to the ground and then rebuild. So maybe that's what we need to do. We need to, like, as you said earlier,
you just touched it
together.
Yes,
come on.
You see me all tuned in. I said, my God.
Listen, tear it all down.
Let it burn, and let's just start the foundation, from the bottom.
Oh, I love that.
It was a well, go ahead, I'll let you go.
That was actually where I was going with it. Like, you know how like they have like natural like forest fires and stuff like that. Yeah. Of course it burns and it's stanky and it's chalky, but at the end though, the forest comes out healthier than it ever was.
Yes.
And I don't really think it's anything, because more than it's a racial thing, it's a capitalism thing. And capitalism is the fuel for racism.
Yes.
Just like poverty is what feeds criminality. It's all about money at the end of the day. So if everything burns, us as Black people, Jesus turned water into wine. I think we're
going to do everything, okay?
You know what I mean?
We're going to make it 10 times beautiful.
No, seriously.
I don't think there's anything wrong, and I do understand his sentiment to have your whole life's work you feel like might have been to our detriment, but maybe it wasn't.
No,
nothing God gives us is to our detriment.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a word.
No, it's really the truth, because I think like when we really identify our gifts, right? I think that those godly ordained things that we can do that nobody else could. That's what make us so unique. Yeah. And I think we would all have the same reaction. We seen a burning building, we ain't running towards it.
No.
Like we going the opposite way.
Absolutely.
Maybe call 911.
I hope they all make it.
You know what I'm saying? Come on now.
It just made me thinking that like we turned slavery into soul food.
Like seriously.
You know what I mean? Like
it's survival.
Like plantation hymns into gospel.
Yes.
Imagine the creed. So it doesn't really. We're always going to be creative. We're always going to find a way to turn our pain into our pleasures.
Yes.
It's never going to fail.
Right.
Ever.
We're very resilient.
Yeah, because even when I lost my house to a fire, when I got the new house, I said it's never going to look like it did
from
the previous time.
Come on.
I want it to look even better.
Come on.
I want to put in new fresh furniture. I'm going to put in all this stuff, fresh this, fresh that.
Yes.
And it wasn't even a hype up thing. It was just that like I could do it because I can do it. And I know I wanted to look as beautiful or even more beautiful as I had before. So I could definitely see that for sure.
Yeah.
That Black people's going to take whatever, anything negative. Just when somebody stole my clothes from the laundromat. My God. I mean, you have to turn it into comedy.
Yeah.
Like you really had to. And if you don't, like, it's going to hold us back even more.
Yeah.
That it's like, if you don't express that depression or express that anxiety, it's going to keep you bound. It's going to just hold you down. So now when I look back at me lose my house to everything, I look back, I'm just like, wow, shout out to two crackheads fighting. Like, that's crazy. But it turned into a beautiful, funny story.
Yes. And you know the interesting thing about it, I don't know how many people that's watching, that's listening, there's really a threat to higher education. There's really defunding that's taking place. We already know DEI, you know, it's
started.
Yeah, come on now. Like it's going on. It's a real thing. It's a real thing. And so when we think about, you know, like saving, because I really look at it as a ministry, like seriously, like our gifts, and when we utilize it to, you know, to do what is in our path to do, that what God wants us to do, it's a ministry. And so when we think about implementing that ministry into higher education, how would you empower scholars, students, professionals to just utilize their gift and to just make sure that they're doing it into the best capacity that they can, regardless if they're being overlooked, regardless if they're being undervalued, because we know the importance of how creativity has saved us.
It's actually very hard to do as well.
Yes, very hard.
When, like, you're trying to do something and you're trying to get it off the ground and everything, and it's not being received the way that you want it to be received.
Yeah.
And to keep going to, it's just like, you know how on like social media where they're just like, there's like these videos where people just like, yep, I'm making a video today for only 5 people liking it. You know?
Look,
and that's how it feels sometimes. And you're just like, you want me to keep going?
Come on.
I think we don't focus on the audience, and we focus on the
that's what I tell people. Be engaged with it all.
Yes. I always say, if you could get 5 people to believe, 500 is easy.
Oh my God.
Seriously. And it'll multiply, because even in, like, I don't know if y'all know, like, I'm a professor. A lot of other things.
You got money.
Okay, from your lips to God ears. Okay, give it to me more. And so in my one of my classes, I teach intro to social work and human services. Oh, wow. And so in the curriculum, you know, like you get a syllabus, and whatever or however you decide to teach the class is how you decide to teach it. But I wanted to change it up. So I implemented media campaigns for my students. I implemented for them to create their own podcast, like, you know, from that. And so I tried my best to utilize or to help them see their creativities, their gifts, because I think a lot of times people don't even know where to start. They don't know what their gifts are. They don't know. And I think that education, not just higher education, but education in general, needs to do a better job, you know, at helping our children, helping individuals, helping people who are literally in spaces where they want to learn, not just learn the material, but learn about themselves, learn about their identity, learn about what they love, what they like, and why they're actually picking this field.
Right.
When you think about the middle schools and the high schools, I remember we had the new Freedom Theater on Broad Street. We could go to, I clock it. We had new Freedom Theater. Shout out to Miss I Am, Miss Pat, and everybody else, you know. And so we had that. We also had after school programs. We also had dance. We also had, and these things were funded. You know, like Freedom Theater could put people from the hood like through their summer program for free. No, seriously. You know, they could literally take us to musicals and shows. Like, we were able to really do that. And I think that's why I'm far in the entertainment business as I am, because I had that exposure. Right. And so I would love to see a space where we can literally have that on all levels, like not just in higher education, but in middle schools and secondary education, and even for professionals. I think that a lot of times people in these professional settings do not have a life outside of what they're doing. Seriously. And so they wrap everything. Come on. And they take that and they bring that and they shift the work culture and they make it very unpleasant. And it's like, even if we had real trainings to go to, you know, or real workshops or real professional development where we can entice people to really activate or identify their creativity, I think we can literally shift work culture as well.
Another thing I definitely want to add to, it starts at home as well.
Yes,
know, creating that space for the children to be creative.
Come on now.
As well.
Come on now.
Because of course, kids can go to school and they can be in a music class, they can be doing this and doing that and things like that. But if the parents are at home kind of molding that as well too, I'm a singer. I sing in church, I sing in school and things like that. But if my parents wasn't bringing me back home to still teach me how to sing and how to sustain and how to play the keyboard, how to play the organ, I wouldn't be as creative as I am today. I wouldn't have the big personality that I am, because my dad used to teach me, sing like your personality. And I'm just like, but my personality's loud. Sing
loud. Sing loud.
Do whatever's going to make you comfortable in your own creativity. So that when you go out into the world, that they're not changing the creativity that you already have in your heart. I already know who I am. Because I know what I'm on this earth to do, my creativity. Even at 11 and 12, I know I wanted to sing and make people laugh. That's all I knew I wanted to do. And I'm still doing that to today. But I learned that in school, but I'm happy that I had parents who were pouring into me
and that's
to make sure that those things were happening throughout the rest of my life.
And I also had my parents are a little different, because both my parents worked all the time, so they didn't really have the time to do that. However, though, I had definitely teachers. My aunts, oh my God, my aunts are essentially important. My aunts, my grandparents, those are the people who fed it into me. Now, I had a lot of different interests, so I didn't really know what I wanted to hone into. But I had an aunt named Thelma, God rest her soul. She fed into, I love Black history. Anybody who knows me, I'm a Black history buff. I'm a politics buff. And she gave me my first Black Bible with Black characters, or my first Black encyclopedia and things of that nature, and writing, which also fed into other things. She also let me be myself, which is very, very hard. And you know, in today's society, social media teaches you necessarily that being yourself is cool, necessarily, in the way that we have that now. And that's something true. I took into social work when I was working with Youth Bill. Shouts out to them. Trump took the funding, though. That's another conversation. However,
we could talk about it too.
But
doing all right, Trump?
Still orange.
Praise the Lord.
But one of the things that I did love doing, right, because I had one of my students, we found out, was autistic. So he was he wasn't necessarily having a great time grasping the education portion of it. But he loved fashion. That was his thing. And so we were able to, and it was hard, but we were able to find other resources for when he wanted to design his own sneakers. And in designing dimensions, he got in touch with the math portion and things of that nature. So again, it's just finding a way to feed into them what they don't necessarily feed for themselves, because that's the first part. We got to teach, we got to see where they're creative at, or at least pull it out of them. What they love, what they like to do. So if that's the thing that I think is most important, is finding what it is, or at least guiding someone to find it what it is, because you could never point them in the right direction, but you can at least put them on that path to where you can see, I told the girl, you love doing hair. Do that.
Right. I see you keep braiding.
Yes.
Braiding
and I remember being in high school and girls are braiding your hair, but a lot of them turned out to be hairdressers.
For sure.
Yes.
My cousin, one of them.
Yes.
Got her own shop.
Even with school, we had Frederick Douglass. I went to Frederick Douglass at 22nd and Montgomery. Shouts out to them. But they had the North Star program, and they took us to different things like culture, eating, plays, and it's just something that we don't really have here. Sherelle Parker anymore.
Oh Lord,
Sherelle.
I know she did good these last couple days.
Especially the last no removal girl. You did that.
Yeah, you did.
They chucked her out there all night.
No, they sure. We tired of hearing y'all cuss us out.
But I just wish they had more programs like the 90s and in the early 2000s, where they really felt filled in on community engagement, and as well as
they definitely spoiled us a little bit.
They did. Maybe that's what it is. I'm sorry, Sherelle. I take it back.
Because I mean, I really do believe at that time they probably did have the funding because it was something exciting for them to fund.
Yeah.
You know, so I'm pretty sure they weren't think to ever back then to do cuts in those areas. But
and they also was taxing the rich at 35%.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I told you I love politics.
Okay. Right. Did you
have something?
Okay, go ahead.
I want to commend you as a teacher for being a forward thinker. Because I feel like that's going to play the difference. I kind of lived more of a shelter life. I went to Catholic school for both grade school and high school. So we didn't have as many, extra West Catholic, honey.
Yeah.
Oh, she had good grades. Okay, Temple, St.
generation of immigrant parents. So it's like I didn't have those same opportunities. So I feel like for me, the teachers always saw stuff in me. They always said like, you're going to be on this, you're going to be doing that.
Yes.
So that kind of even goes back to what you were saying about even corporate, because my background is in healthcare. So it's a time with the EMRs and a lot of doctors, instead of dealing with it, they rather just retire. So I feel like, in order for these students to know what's out there, they have to have nothing on the older school teachers, but, younger teachers who want to know what these things are, who want to move and advance with technology. So I feel like, because, you may get a student who may not have that loving home where they can be creative. You know what I mean? So I feel like it still starts in the school. So again, I want to commend you for what you're doing.
Thank you. Thank you. Listen, we trying to change. We trying to shift higher ed in a good way. You know what I'm saying? Like we really are. And so like before we wrap up, it's just two things I want to touch base on. The first one is like with everything we said, right? Because we know Black and brown creativity is so important and it's so imperative, and it actually has the capacity, because it's done it already, to change lives and to change the world and to shift different trajectories. Imagine a world without it. Imagine a classroom without creativity. Imagine a workspace without creativity. Imagine waking up one day and not being able to be creative. What would that world look like?
Bland. No seasoning.
I'm about to say fire and brimstone.
Like all I see is just like black and white. Like I don't see anything, nothing wrong with those shades. It's just like there's so many colors out there. Imagine if we weren't really able to be expressive. Imagine if we weren't able to be Black. Y'all would be lost. My God, without us. It's very much true.
Yeah,
my God.
Real community too.
Listen, okay,
Selena.
Oh my God. Okay, a little bit.
Selena.
I like the food, the culture.
Yes.
And to really think if that really wasn't a thing, I wouldn't even want to know what that looks like, because just imagine if God didn't create Black people.
Oh my goodness.
Just imagine how lost the world would be, because I mean we built
everything
this country on our gosh darn backs. Just imagine if we weren't here to make it look beautiful. Imagine who would have done that. It's giving I can't. No, really. No, you
all be
have to tell me. No, really. No, I think that would just be a lifeless world if we were not a part of it. I don't think it wouldn't be fun. We wouldn't enjoy it. I feel like dictatorship would really be a thing at that point, because I think that they'll want to try to pinpoint another culture to do like, well, put on their backs instead. But it'll never be as good as what the Black people have done.
You know what it reminded me of? You know that people in Britain eat beans on toast? That's how I pictured a world with no Black people in it. Beans on toast.
Listen, I've seen some good beans on toast.
But I gotta be some cornbread. Don't give me no regular Heinz beans
like Bush's
on
baked
toast.
beans. Oh God, on Stroman. On Sarah Lee.
At your toast, she said, "Oh God, it's not barbecue chicken, no baked macaroni and cheese,
no barbecue,
no cookout."
Oh my God!
Wait, did Black people invent devil eggs? Did we do that?
Sure
we had to. We had
No
to.
devil eggs.
It couldn't be nobody else. Who would have thought of that? They would have called it angel eggs. Not the same thing.
Just saying. No acrylic nails.
Literally, actually,
no hair business.
Like to really think about it, no AC, no GPS, no elevators,
no Wi-Fi,
no stoplights, no Wi-Fi. Like people would literally be
no ice cream, no ice cream.
When I say people would be lost if it was not for us, like I can't express that all the things we have invented. Not saying other people haven't done things, but like if it wasn't for us to create it in the first place, then that lets me know that like y'all would be inside your apartments hot and cold right now.
Yes. not knowing what it was. It's just full and I got wind.
No, seriously.
Yeah. Oh my God. No traffic light.
Oh my God. Yes. No soul. I'm thinking about music.
Yes.
Like even that aspect too, that like that would sound, would y'all want Elvis every day? And he stole from black people.
Yes.
No
Michael Jackson.
Right. No. Oh Lord.
All the versions of him.
Okay. All shades. And his new movie coming out, by the way.
And I'm gonna watch it. Listen, I love all of Michael Jackson. Okay.
Yes.
No Whitney. Oh my gosh. No Aretha. No Stevie.
I can go without Aretha.
No Temptations.
You know it.
Ain't nobody come to you, Otis. Like, what jokes will we have?
The Temptations is just a group in search of a David Ruffin.
That's the tagline. If it was a world like that. Listen, come on now. Listen, I ain't going on.
What a time to be alive.
Listen, I ain't going on.
No Tina Turners.
No Lord.
No
Beyonce. Lord. Come on. No Fenty. No Savage. Lord.
Oh my God. Life would really be heavy.
No hot comb. Madam CJ Walker.
Yes. It would really be
just
interesting.
Imagine if Rosa didn't want to get up.
Come on now. Like seriously.
She did.
Seriously. Like would we be here? So like in that imagination, right? In that imagination, we clearly see like where the world would possibly be. Right.
Nowhere.
So
not a place.
So, to end the show, to wrap it up, like, what would you say to the individuals watching this? What would you say to individuals in higher education? What would you say to professionals all around the world, to people in general? Like the importance, how would you hone in the importance of allowing Black and brown creatives to activate their creativity and to utilize it and for us to really see it being spaces for it? How would you encourage that? What would you say?
I would say stand in your power.
Mm-hmm.
Walk in your light. Okay. Always remember your why. You may not see it at this very moment, but if you keep going, you don't know how much closer you are to being where you want to be. So I would just say keep going.
Yes. Yes. I love that.
I like that.
I love it.
You want to go?
No, you go ahead.
Okay.
You be giving the deep answers. I'm like, Lord, I couldn't even follow you.
I was going to follow you. That shit is so thoughtful. Like, okay. So, I would also say that, but to also don't be afraid. Mm-hmm. Don't be afraid to be wrong. Because every once in a while, you're going to be right. And you might even be the first person to be right. And that's a hard thing. And, I wouldn't say Christopher Columbus. He didn't discover it. But whoever the first person was here, it's okay to be them. But definitely walk into your purpose. Don't be afraid to be wrong. Don't be afraid to be, just don't be afraid. If anything, everybody starts off small. Everybody starts.
Go ahead.
Because for myself, sometimes you got to be afraid and do it anyway.
Yeah, come on now.
Sometimes we just got to keep.
Listen, come on now.
Fear actually is a great motivator to do great things.
Yes.
So don't be afraid to be afraid.
Yes.
That makes sense.
Yes.
And that's what I'll say to that.
Yes.
I would definitely say we're not going anywhere. Let's just make that very clear. We're going to be in that space. We're going to be in that room. So I don't ever want you to think that like our Blackness will be shaded away. It will always be there. And also Black people stand up, like you said, like stand in and stand in your Blackness firm.
Yes.
And even talking to creatives, do it. Gosh darn it. Like I was one of those people that was really scared to be creative because I didn't know who was going to accept me, and I didn't know if I was going to be doing the right thing or the right time.
Yeah.
And now I'm learning now that it's just like whoever accepts me.
Yes.
And I'm going to walk in that for the rest of my life, because wherever I walk, wherever I tread, there's joy and light that's going to follow me.
Yes.
And it's the blackness in me that exudes that. So I would definitely say stand in who you are. Don't be afraid going into those rooms, because they need you. They need us. Without us and our ideas and our thinking process, they won't even know how to really handle things, because we're one of the ones that they look to for the calmness. So it's just like, oh, what do you think about it? Oh, you want my idea?
Right.
Because I know that I'm going to give you the exact answer that you need, or the exact echo that you want for the actual room. So stand in your blackness. My goodness, you are beautiful. You are creative, and it is all about you.
Yes,
and honor your ancestors too.
Okay,
they
come on now,
honor them ancestors.
Okay,
because that's what they did. They stand firm and fast.
Yes,
and that's what you got to do, and that's pay homage to the past and also to the future.
Yeah,
that's really good too, because I say that a lot as well when I'm going to certain spaces. I know I'm going to be uncomfortable. I'm just like, my ancestors wanted me to be.
They wanted, they died.
Me to be here,
they died,
so I could show my face for them. So that they could see my face and they could see my ancestors. The moment that
dreams.
Oh my God! Yes.
Can you tell the camera that
you are their wildest dreams?
Yes.
Don't make me cry. That's
good. We gotta put that on the t-shirt.
Oh my God!
Put that on the shirt.
Imagine me hearing my ancestors say that.
You know, my wildest dream.
I'll probably fall to my knees.
Like, seriously,
that would take me out.
No, for real.
I'm like, God, we're done.
I'm on the floor. I'm laid out. I'm laid out. Well, can we give ourselves a round of applause?
Yeah.
Round of applause. Amazing episodes. Thank you all again. To the audience, we love you. We don't know you, but we appreciate you. You matter. Your voice matter, and we hope that it was something that we said, something that you saw that pricked your heart, to make you literally take a leap of faith and do it in fear anyway. As well as we hope that the individuals who are watching this that's involved in higher education are willing to see the spaces that creativity opens for Black and Brown creatives. And we hope that you allow the integration to happen, and that you're on the bandwagon to really shift the narrative and to transform higher education like what we're doing now. So continue to create spaces for Black and Brown creatives. And we say thank you in advance. Peace.
See y'all.
Bye.